and then I'll continue. So we want to take a look at why we're in this course. And the main reason is to learn all about the stuff that is in our sprinkler systems, making them work. So before we get there, I just want to kind of acknowledge what's going on in the world right now. And we are in a complete upheaval of life. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of human need, but this is it. So it's a little bit off topic, but we'll get there. For just a quick little, can one person, anybody, just say yes if they can hear me okay? It's not too loud, not too quiet. We're Goldilocks. Okay, perfect. Excellent. So when we're looking at the hierarchy, we won't get into all the details, but generally we need to get the stuff on the bottom of the pyramid and work our way up. All right. So in a regular life, we want to make sure that we can breathe. We got food and water, that we're having sex and all the fun stuff. But once we have that and our life is okay, then we want to get to the next thing. So I'm able to eat and survive. Really, that bottom layer is just survival, right? We can procreate the species, we can stay alive to do that. The next thing is that I want to be happy when I'm doing it. I want to feel comfortable. So now I'm looking at, can I have property? Do I have, I'm not worried about my body being in danger and having resources and a job to get the stuff at the lower level. Right? So to be able to get the food, I need the job. So that's the next level. Then after that, once I'm pretty happy, I know I'm not going to die and I'm going to be safe. Then I want to make sure I'm happy while I'm living. So I want to have friends and family, and then maybe the next level of really building an intimacy so I can get a family. And then once we get all that, then we can start looking at being respected by others, feeling good about myself, and feeling like I've achieved stuff with my life. And then once I get there, we're never happy, so we want to keep going. Then I want to make sure that I have a creativity, an ability to problem solve, and that's kind of the highest level of humanity. But if we can't get those bottom things in the pyramid, we can't get to the top, right? And right now, why I'm talking about all this kind of nothing to do with water protection stuff is that we have a change in the world right now. All right. So when we look at what COVID has done to the world, we're all online right now instead of in a class. And the problem with that is that COVID has shaken the foundation of what we typically take for granted. Right? So everybody may not have the food that they expect to have. Hopefully everything else on that bottom level is okay. But sleep has probably been disrupted as well because of stress. Um, Safety and security, almost all of those things we've now lost on some level. Right. So maybe people are having struggles with keeping their apartment or their home, making the payments, their health, not being able to see their family. Hopefully nobody's had to deal with the mortality of the COVID situation. Do I still have a job? A lot of people lost their job. So now those bottom two layers have been taken away from people, or we're really stressed about keeping them. And then we lost our ability to see our family and friends for a significant amount of time. Right now, it's slowly coming back, but even now, we're all online instead of in a classroom together. Right. So now we say, okay, it's time to come back to class and do this stuff. All right. So we want you to have lots of confidence and build all these things, be good at problem solving, and hopefully this is a temporary thing in our lives. And so we've lost these other things maybe, or they've been shaken up, but we have our history that we've been building, our esteem and whatnot, to hopefully build on that and hold on to that to push through this, right? But why I'm talking about all of this is I just want you to know that we are aware that this is a big change in life for everybody, and we are recognizing that. But all of this can make people feel depressed and isolated and other things, and then we're still trying to get to these higher levels of thinking. So if you feel like you're depressed or isolated or just kind of sad, whatever it is, reach out to people. All right, so it can be your classmates, your family, friends, myself. But just down here on the bottom, I did want to mention that we do have this text support that if you text 686868, that's a 24-hour service that you can talk with somebody about having any sort of, they just want to have a conversation, and they can give you suggestions and just talk with you. All right, so that is something that hopefully nobody gets to that point, but if you are, then that is something that's available if nobody else is around at the time. All right, so this is going to be a strange semester, but hopefully this is something that we'll talk about in 50 years, the crazy people that lived through the Depression and the World Wars and things. That this is something that's a once in a lifetime, not a positive, but hopefully just a once in a lifetime thing that we're dealing with. All right.